Happy Friday and welcome to the PHNX Sun Devils show. Guys, shout out to OG's Brands, the official sponsor of Flavoring Fridays. Head on over to ogsbrands.com to see their full lineup, including their two newest gummies, the OG's Naturals and the Big OGs, and find out where you can purchase. I'm Anthony Totri, the fish keeper over here, Big Pokey, also known as Shane Deef. We got the zookeeper, also known as Jose Perez, Erik Ruby over there. We got DJ Caroline.
DJ Caroline, she's an intern.
Pushing all the buttons, making the magic happen. Guys, do us a solid. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. And if you haven't already and you're listening on audio, what are you doing? Leave a 5-star review. Let us know what you like about this podcast. Gents, how's everybody's Friday going?
It's going good so far.
It's so good.
So good.
So good.
So good.
You telling me it was the best Friday of his life?
Yeah,
really?
I actually didn't say
he
that.
didn't say
The
that
best
at all.
Friday.
Can we
of your
talk
life.
about the biggest news that happened over the week?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Braylon Green going to Bowling Green.
That's a good.
That is awesome.
I didn't even see that.
Really?
I didn't even see that. When did that happen?
Yeah, yesterday.
Wow.
Yep.
It's the biggest news.
Biggest news.
Braylon Green, Bowling Green.
Braylon Green, Bowling Green.
He's averaging 12 and 12 there.
12 and 12.
12 and 12.
12
Yeah.
rebounds or 12 assists?
12 assists.
0 points, 12 rebounds, 12 assists.
Yeah. 12 steals and 12 assists per game. That's actually everything that Braylon Green is going to be doing. Guys, we've got a full show for you today. We obviously have Hot or Not at the tail end of the show. We're going to be talking a little bit about Kenny Dillingham, the football program, as we get through it. But I want to start with Dan Hurley, DJ Horne, and the Final Four. First, before we even get to the sound, have you guys been keeping up with the BS that UConn had to go through just to get here?
The flight stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
Isn't that insane? We couldn't get him on a plane until what? 3 o'clock in the morning is when they eventually got to Phoenix or something crazy
You
like
think
that.
Nate Oates hired his numbers guys to hack into the planes?
No, I don't think
No, you don't think that
No, I
happened?
don't think
Oh,
that
okay.
happened.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
That was a
It's
stupid
still
idea.
crazy to me. It's still crazy. They did their practices, their media availability, and obviously the Final Four games taking place tomorrow. Definitely going to be a lot of fun. And then the national championship on Monday. I've said it before. I think this is going to be a phenomenal Final Four. I think you get an upset with NC State, and then UConn. UConn, I think, is going to beat Alabama.
Just trying to
I'm trying to will
astral
it.
project.
I'm trying to will it.
NC State
Manifest
to
it,
win.
I'm
baby.
trying to will NC State and DJ Burns to that national championship.
It's really all on
but-
you, man.
But we'll see.
It's really
We'll
all
see.
on you.
Look, a couple times this week we've talked about the connections that Arizona State as the host school and Bobby Hurley have to the Final Four. Obviously, Dan being Bobby's brother here in the Valley. And Bobby will certainly be at the Final Four in the national championship, assuming UConn does make it to support his brother. But it's been interesting to see both Dan and then DJ Horne, a former Arizona State Sun Devil, just talk a little bit about Bobby, talk about, DJ specifically, his time at ASU. So I want to start with what Dan Hurley had to say about his brother, Bobby Hurley, and Arizona State.
Yeah, it's awesome to be out here, and I see why Bob loves it so much. And yeah, obviously, the time I'll spend with him the next couple days, him sabotaging these other programs for me at his site there is going to give me a distinct advantage too, which I appreciate from Big Bro. And it's just you could see why he loves it here. You could see why he values his job here, and I think when he's in a position, to have all the resources that a lot of us at this Final Four have, when he has that at his full disposal, he'll be up on this dais, and someday I'll be supporting him.
I mean, strong words. It's his brother, so
Yeah.
of course he's not going to come out there and say, "Yeah, I don't think he's got it in him." But also kind of a shot as well. Once he gets the full resources and the full backing and the type of
I think it's more of a
support-
shot at ASU.
Well, right, he gets
what- yeah.
not
Yeah.
a shot at Bobby, but
Yeah.
a shot at his
It's so funny. He was thinking,
at his
shut up.
situation. He's sneak dissing his own brother. No, but he's basically saying if he got the same support and buy-in that I get over here at UConn, which obviously a very different place as a program.
Absolutely.
He's like, oh, then he'll have the same type of success, which who knows if that's actually true, but to go out and kind of put that out there, I mean, it's a little salt dig at ASU, but I mean, I think he's right. Like,
yeah, I mean, we know Bobby isn't particularly the happiest when it comes to his position that he's been given here.
Yeah.
In terms of NIL, and he knows has to do a lot himself to try to fix it, but he can only do so much, and he can only ask for so much money from the school before they run out, and they need more. They need more NIL, and I know for a fact. I don't know for a fact, but I would assume that him and his brother talk about that, and that he knows probably more than anybody how Bobby feels about this.
Yeah,
program.
I would love to be a fly on the wall for those two, like just their conversations, not just about college basketball and where it's at, but just the changing landscape of the transfer portal and NIL, because they've been on completely separate sides of it, right? You see Dan Hurley looking to go back to back with a UConn team that has just been bulldozing everybody in their way, to Bobby Hurley here in Tempe, where the last few years, while his brother's been dominating college basketball, it's been a slow like climb for Bobby just to get back to the NCAA tournament, right? You even look back to last year's team had to really go on a run in the Pac-12 tourney, getting some big games to ultimately get that first 4 game. They won, then lost in the round of 64. So like it's been funny to see, and I think at that point, like I think you're absolutely right. I think these two, Dan specifically, knows exactly how Bobby feels, and there isn't like, I wish there was something that you could point to and just be like, this is the variable that needs to change. This is how you can get it done, and the success would follow. But like NIL is such a tricky thing to really manage, and the transfer portal,
right,
for programs like an Arizona State that don't necessarily have the long-term historic success that you can feed to donors, to new students and that type of stuff. Like you almost have to go out there and earn it. Like you can have a little bit of NIL, but you have to succeed with this if you want more type of thing.
Right, and it's like, what comes first, right? Like, are you not going to have a program where you want it to be if you don't have the buy-in, or like, are you not going to get the buy-in until the program is where they want it to be, and you're kind of stuck in this circle? But
it's a vicious cycle of ASU athletics in general.
100%, and it's a tough position. Like Bobby is, throughout all of this, like we've all made our opinions very clear on Bobby and what we think of the program, but I think we can all agree that no matter who is at the helm here, it is not an ideal situation when it comes to building and sustaining like long-term success as a program. Not that it's impossible, and not that I just want to break it down to, well, do you have the money? Because there's so much more to it, but it's a huge,
massive part.
Huge part of it, because you're not going to get guys to come here without the money, and you're certainly not going to get them to stay.
Exactly.
And that is how you build a program. Like, yes, people are going to come and go. They're going to leave. The transfer portal is going to take like a little bit of every single team, but is it taking like 50% or is it taking like 20%? And that difference is massive.
Or if you're at, I was going to say, if you're at Arizona State, you're looking at between 75 and 90, depending on the season, to be honest with you. And it's kind of funny, right? Piggybacking off of the entire conversation with NIL and really how you build a roster in today's college basketball and today's college sports with the transfer portal, like DJ Horne, right? We've already talked about him, his time at Arizona State, his growth at NC State. Just, the last season for the Wolfpack has been really, really impressive to see. And that's a player that, again, it wasn't necessarily about NIL, why he left. Like, again, we knew that DJ was going to enter the portal, I think, before the Pac-12 tournament even really started. We knew what DJ was really looking for, wanted to get closer to home, and he did it. I heard it out at the football fields not too long ago. Like, respect to DJ for being one of those guys that has this conversation of being like, hey, I want to get closer to home, and doesn't use that as like an excuse to like just hit the portal. Like, it's a guy that legit just went home, and he's found success. He had his media availability the other day, and this is what DJ Horne had to say about Bobby Hurley and his time at ASU.
Yeah, Coach Hurley was a big stepping stone in my journey. He definitely helped me open opportunities that I don't think I would have been able to got if I didn't go to Arizona State. And, I definitely appreciate him for that. And, you know, he's definitely been hitting me up along this stretch that we've been going on. You know, we knocked his guys off twice now, one in the tournament and then one in the NCAA tournament. So, you know, I'm sure he didn't probably like to see that, but, you know, being that it was me playing, I'm sure he was happy for me and everything. But I know he's going to be at the game watching and everything, so it's good, you know, that he's supporting me.
Yeah, let's just get this out of the way right now. All his comments were respectful.
Yes.
Like, the stepping stone has such a negative connotation when it comes to ASU, and that is not what he is saying. He didn't say ASU, he said Bobby. It was a huge stepping stone into his success. DJ Horne knows that he's not the player he is today without these 2 years at ASU. And again, he didn't leave because he wanted to go seek a better situation. He didn't leave because he thought that, you know, he was going to wither away at ASU. He didn't leave because he didn't trust his coaching staff at ASU. He left because of reasons for himself, personally. And all of his comments toward Hurley are always positive, and it's really cool to see that they keep in contact so much. And Bobby's the one that initiates it a lot. This is the guy I'm talking about when I'm talking about somebody who left ASU not in spite of Bobby Hurley, and and few people do. And I just don't think people get that. Casuals of ASU athletics will look at this and they'll look at the show title and think, oh yeah, the ASU stepping stone, and then they'll form their opinion, and that's it. Or they'll look at, they'll see that quote and be like, there you go. Just another guy. They look at DJ and be like, see, this is a guy we lost, and now he's the face of college sport. No. What I've been preaching this whole week is this is not an ASU thing that DJ Horne is gone and having success. This is just a college sports thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he's the clear example of my point.
Yeah. And I think, again, DJ Horne's comments were absolutely meant with respect, and everything that Bobby has done for him, and their relationship is still very tight, right? Mentioning that he's been talking to him throughout their run and all that great stuff. I do wanted to read you guys one of Chris Cartman's tweets just in regards to DJ's comments and the stepping stone quote in general, right? Because, again, that's something that people are going to hear, and there is a negative connotation to it. And I think, again, there's a conversation to at least be had with it as a program as a whole. So Chris Cartman from 24/7 Sports quote retweeted it and said, in quotes, "Stepping stone is not really the goal. As nice and well-intentioned as Horne appeared in his comments, ASU can't be a stepping stone and a competitive Big 12 basketball program, but too many of its players have transferred for that not to be a very apparent theme." Erik, I'll start with you just in terms of seeing the program, not necessarily DJ's comments, but the program as a whole, as where it is right now, as that stepping stone for players, for coaches to really go have success other places. Do you think it's a stepping stone? And then I guess the second part of that is there really a path that you see Arizona State being able to break that as they enter a new conference?
I think it's hard because Chris mentioned, Shane said, there was not a negative connotation with stepping stone. And there's definitely a couple different ways that you can take it and you can interpret it as an ASU fan. And I think really you have to look at both sides of the spectrum and accept both sides of it.
Yeah.
It could be looked at as a positive where there are players who have a massive amount of potential, who are good basketball players, were recruited to the school, it shows the school, we're here for a decent amount of time.
Yeah.
They just happen to go somewhere else. But you can also look at it as, well, what if they stayed? Right. And you can't be viewed as just a stopping point. You can't be viewed as a rest stop along the way to the final destination. You want to be viewed as the final destination. But it all ties back together to what we've been talking about. That kind of comes with the program taking itself in that sense first, which means the investment in it. If you look at the investment of the program and you look at the facilities around the program and the money that's put into it, it's not treated like it's anything more than a stepping stone, right? And so you do have to start putting more money into it, and you do have to kind of start treating it differently before other people start viewing it differently. But it's also not a bad thing to be viewed as a place where people can come to grow and to learn and to be better. That's and I know point. Kenny has taken that approach with ASU football where if you're here and you feel like there's a better place for you and you don't fully want to be here, we're going to wish you the best and we're going to send you along your way. because at the end of the day, we want what's best for you.
Yeah.
Right. And so to have people come in and leave better is not a bad thing. It's just, it can't be the full end goal of the program. That's where you have to start changing things.
Yeah.
I mean, you get to leave better, like the goal is to send them to the next level or just graduate.
Yeah.
You still want to be able to keep them. It's never a good thing when a guy transfers. That's not what I'm trying to say. Like, you don't want these guys to leave. And as we've said many times, like, it's good the power's with the player, but like, hell yeah, I'd rather have DJ Horne have stayed. And
yeah.
And of course there's a world where he enjoys it so much here that you know, that yearning for home isn't strong enough to have him want to leave. Like, yes, there's a world where he enjoys it so much here that he doesn't leave. But the reality is there's human nature in everything, and it's tough to just be that program that keeps everybody, and it takes time. And you know, I think that ASU adjusted slowly to the new world of the portal and the new world of NIL, and they're slowly correcting, and Bobby's slowly correcting. It just takes time, and that's why I've always been so not quick to judge and not quick to be like, get out of here, because it's not just, yeah, he's been the coach for 8 years, but if you look at it like putting an engine in a new car, he doesn't have 100,000 miles. He has 20,000 because of the new engine. You know, he has 3-4 years of being the head coach at ASU in this stage of college basketball, because it's completely different. The stepping stone thing, it sucks because like, I'm not going to sit here and act like it's not, because it has been.
Yeah.
But it has been. You know, it's not like, but it has been. So let's try to make it not. And I think we have a big like influence in that, and I think the fans have a big influence in that. It's like the worst thing about ASU athletics that just drives me nuts is the constant, like, I'm not going to support this team if. I'm not going to do this if. Why would I do this if? And there's so much of that shit, and it just needs to stop, because as you mentioned, it's a vicious cycle, man. Like, if you don't support something, then it's not going to work. But it's not going to work if you don't support it. You have to have trust. Yeah. You went to the school, man. Like, you gotta want to.
But it's also like, for a program like basketball specifically, that has not gotten the investment and the funding to renovate an arena in decades, to like upgrade their practice facilities, to get money for NIL, unless fans are showing up and buying into this team, even if they're not that great, like for a university president and a university in general that has not made athletics its primary focus, like,
and won't. Let's get that clear.
And it won't happen. You need to show them. And that's what, like, it's hard because it's different sports, it's different histories and everything. But you look at what Kenny did with the program. It started with how he treated it. It started with how he approached it and what he did to bring fans in. And it's still not at that end stage, but the buy-in for ASU football is wildly different from a more mainstream perspective than it was a year ago, right? And for that to happen, you kind of have to take yourself seriously first, and then the fans will follow. And I'm not saying that Bobby's not taking himself seriously or the players aren't, but like, as a program, like, you need to put yourself out there and treat yourself like you're not a stepping stone. And it's hard because then it's like, oh, what about the funding? And then you're just in this endless conversation back and forth.
Who's putting themselves out there and treating themselves like a stepping stone? Who's doing that?
Okay, I'm not saying
like
I'm saying like the way like the fans treat like the program itself.
You're saying like the fans
itself.
Give a half-ass.
Like I said, it's not Bobby, it's not the players, but it's the buy-in from the community. And I think ASU has great fans, but it's
we've talked before. Look, and I think this is something that is reoccurring in life, in sports, and everything. The idea that the definition of insanity is just doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. As much as fans want to put that on the program, right, every year with Bobby and the players and that and you're totally entitled to doing that. But it goes both ways, right? If you're a fan with that same mantra and idea of, hey, I'm only going to show up if, I'm only going to show up when, as opposed to I'm showing up, then that's the same problem, right? You are a part of the problem, not a part of the potential solution for Arizona State. Yes, you're going to have bad games. Yes, you're going to have bad seasons. Yes, you're going to have players leave, but guess what? That's sports, right? That's the day and age of where you're at collegiately Guys can pick up, they can leave, they can get a bag, they can leave for whatever reason under the sun. And you just kind of have to accept that. Are you going to show up? It's totally up to you. But if you want to see a program like Arizona State that doesn't have a storied history in basketball or really a dominance year over year in football, sometimes you're just going to have to suck it up and show up, right? Enjoy it. Enjoy the moments. Enjoy the memories. That way, 20 years from now, you can be like, hey, remember when we did this? Remember when we went to this ASU basketball game and they scored 29 points? Remember that? It sucks, but it's a part of the process.
There was no we there. I was the only person
you're right.
there.
It's
and
a
I
part
was on an island, and I never want to be there again.
A part of the process, right, of developing and changing into a really great program. Like, these things don't happen overnight, right? And I think you could argue they happen sooner rather than later in today's college sports than they used to. I think if you're an Arizona State fan, and yes, you see the transfer portal taking players left and right at different sports, you can also come in with the idea of, hey, all it takes is one. All it takes is one really, really strong season, basketball, football, baseball, whatever, to really put yourself back on the map.
100%.
Right? And you see it. You see it specifically. Like, this is something that they were talking about, I want to say, in the Elite Eight about NC State. NC State, a far more storied basketball program than Arizona State is. But what they're doing now in the Final Four, in the Elite Eight, in the NCAA Tournament, is going to have a massive impact on what their NIL and transfer portal looks like. Yeah.
Finances
it changes. All it takes is one of those.
Yeah.
All it takes is one of those.
All it takes is one of those, and to capture on it.
Yeah.
You have to capture on it. And I think ASU could have done a better job of capturing on their NCAA tournament berths.
Yeah.
And getting fans more behind it, because I mean, shit, I know so many people that like just want to talk about, oh yeah, they might make the tournament this year, but they're going to Dayton. Like, that can't be the mindset. Like, that, it just can't be, because you know what? The fucking logo's on the court. They're in the NCAA tournament. I don't give a shite what anybody says. Like, they're in the tournament.
They're there.
So like, you can't just have this mindset. And I think ASU needed to do a better job of that. And the last thing I'll say on this before we move on is, yes, the president isn't going to ever make ASU athletics as a priority until the time he's here. Like, and that's like, inherently as a sports fan, that sucks, but it's not a bad thing.
The university's in a way better spot than it was before.
He's the president of a school.
Yeah.
But one thing that is going to happen that I think people just still keep forgetting somehow is that this program doesn't have an athletic director.
Correct.
And the athletic director beforehand wasn't the best to make athletics a priority. And I think having a guy underneath Crow that lives, breathes, eats, sleeps ASU athletics is going to really help further the programs across the board. And that doesn't just start with football and basketball. It goes to everything. And I think, just like Kenny has seen a resurgence in interest in football and practices and all that, you can see a resurgence in, like, even if, like, God forbid, knock on wood, that's the new AD is the worst, even worse than the last one.
Jeez.
Just the presence of him starting is going to fuel excitement for at least a month.
Yeah.
It's new.
It's new. And then that's
especially when you've been waiting this long too.
And that's all you have to ask.
Yeah, maybe that's the plan.
I right now am waiting for one thing, and that's for a Prize Picks entry to finish, because I already know, unless something ridiculous happens,
I'm not saying anything.
You stay out of this. I'm going to win it, because Prize Picks has these awesome squares that are discounted squares. They can discount them, like, it can go from like an entry that's 25 points down to 22, but it also has, they call them free squares. And again, they're not completely free, but it's usually like Caitlin Clark had one a week or two ago with her just to score over half a point. So just to score a bucket. Justin Gaethje's fighting tomorrow, and his free square is to just have a significant strike. So as long as he doesn't get head kicked before throwing a punch, I will win a square, because I had a two pick entry with James Harden's point total being more than 19.5, which was a demon. Lock that in. And Justin Gaethje's significant strike free square, that will end up paying, I think, like 6x. And you can 6x, 200x, whatever x your money on Prize Picks, because it is the best place to play daily fantasy. Use that code. Get in on the action. It's so much fun. March might be over, but April is here, and April means baseball, and it also means the Final Four, which you can get in some entries on Prize Picks. If we get a Klingon-Edey matchup in March Madness, or in the final, or in the championship, it might be a honk shoe, honk me, but you can still take advantage of all the good stuff there. Prize Picks now offers Apple Pay as well, which makes it quick and easy for deposits into your account. I already told you some of my favorite experiences. Do you guys have any you've placed in the past week or so that have gotten you juiced, or something you're looking forward to? Caitlin Clark's total, maybe.
I mean, that over under 0.5 points, I was sweating it a little bit.
Yeah.
She hit it. Let's see, was it first possession of the game when she hit a three?
Yeah, she had an opening three.
And I remember, we did a watch along for Suns, and Espo had his Prize Picks up on the screen, and I think Espo's probably made like an insane amount of money off Prize Picks. Every time he talks about it, he's like, "Oh, I won," and it was cool. I like the app, how like it has the green bar that shows you along the way, and even if you can't watch the game, you can kind of keep track of it as well. And he had 3 minutes to get his picks in between pregame and the watch along, and he got it done in like 30 seconds, and he had a winner.
It's great.
It was really easy.
I've been on fire lately on Prize Picks, and if you want to get on fire as well, go to prizepicks.com/PHNX and use code PHNX for a first deposit match up to $100. It's prizepicks.com/PHNX. Use code PHNX. Pick more, pick less. It's just that easy.
So like you said, we got baseball, we got college basketball rounding up for women's and men's. We got March Madness, but we also have Gummy Madness. And that's presented by our friends over at OG's, because it is a flavoring Friday, and we love our friends over at OG's because not only do they taste amazing, are they scratch made, locally made, but they feel pretty good as well.
Damn good.
If you have that's true. I actually had a little OG's last night. I was hanging out.
Can you tell the people what you ate on your OG's?
Yes, I had to be very specific with you.
Yes.
I had 3 pickle spears.
Oh, geez.
A paper plate of Honey Nut Cheerios.
Not the paper plate.
That's what I thought.
Not the paper
I didn't hear this the first
full of Honey Nut Cheerios.
Just raw dog in the Cheerios.
Raw dog in the Cheerios.
That's
but I was about
crazy.
halfway through the plate thinking, damn,
Milk
like
would've been
milk
nice.
would go crazy
Did you
right
not have
now.
milk,
No,
or
I
you
didn't.
just-
No, I don't
Okay,
buy
that's-
milk.
Really?
Yeah, dude, tummy issues, you know that.
Oh, yeah.
Sour Patch Kids, and then a
But
couple
no,
Hershey Kisses.
No oat milk?
No,
Almond milk?
nothing. No.
I think you like oat milk.
Oat milk, almond milk. I like almond milk.
Almond milk's good, but oat milk,
Maybe give it a shot.
creamy,
Mm.
delicious.
But yeah, OGs definitely have your cupboards packed with some snacks.
Yeah.
Well, so can I tell you who won Gummy Madness?
Oh, please.
Because you get a buy one, get one deal all until April 8th.
Please
so
do.
3 more days. It was the Sleep Edition.
Let's go.
Which is one of my favorites because
It was a sleeper
It was
pick.
a honk shoe.
it was a sleeper
That
pick.
was a sleeper pick.
That's the only good kind of honk shoeing with Madness is the Sleep Edition of OGs. Plus, they've also launched 2 new products, but you know about them by now with Live Rosin and RSO. It's the OGs Naturals, it's the vegan, and the Big OGs, which is a huge 100 milligram gummy perforated in 10 milligram slices. It's something that I can't talk about enough because I liked OGs before I even got here. So this isn't just a corporate shill, right? Like this is something that I was like, well, wow, like this is really good. And now I can actually talk about it.
Yeah.
And it helped me sleep. And that's usually what I use it for. So if you have any interest in OGs whatsoever, whether it's to sleep, whether it's to watch some March Madness, whether it's to watch this show, I feel like this show would be great. We're watching on some OGs.
The hot or not segment is usually pretty good for it.
Definitely. You can learn more about OGs and where to find them over at ogsbrands.com. The only catch, you got to be 21 or over to enjoy responsibly.
You do.
Only catch.
We got 454 Kasul in the chat.
What up,
Sweet
dude?
Prince Kenny, LTC. I know we had side tripping with Carrie in here a little bit earlier. Guys, we appreciate you. Again, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already.
So something that Side Trip said that I went and looked, according to the portal report, UT Martin transfer guard Jordan Sears
Yeah, dude.
says he will visit Arizona State and South Carolina after the dead period.
When did that get reported?
That was an hour ago.
Wow. So who was in here telling me that he was going to LSU and that was a damn sure thing?
So
Don't take my 21 points per game score out of me.
he did complete a visit with LSU.
Yeah, I know.
He's already visited there. But he's still going to check it out.
Let's talk ASU football because I wanted to discuss.
Can we talk UT Martin transfers?
No,
21
we
points
can't.
per game?
We can't. I wanted to talk about what you had brought up just in terms of ASU football and kind of keeping the trend of is Arizona State or is it fair to call Arizona State a stepping stone program? We said it kind of before the cameras were on. Just in terms of, I feel like Arizona State football in the past could be looked at more as a stepping stone program simply because you look at some of the players that have been Arizona State Sun Devils and then opted to go elsewhere. I mean, immediately you think of Jaden Daniels, right? Leaving Arizona State, LSU, had successful seasons, a Heisman season.
Right.
pretty much a surefire top 5 pick in the upcoming NFL draft. Could talk about guys like Ricky Pearsall, Ladarius Henderson, Johnny Wilson, all set to be drafted in the upcoming NFL draft.
Ricky Pearsall, man, I don't.
It's weird, isn't it?
He's like, there's no way he's going to be that good, right? He had some awesome catches. He was pretty good at Florida.
I've seen projections of him in the 3rd round.
I know.
Which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. And
he's got great wide receiver drip, too.
Oh, yeah. And again, I think in the past, you could have called Arizona State stepping stone program, and maybe it's too early in the Dillingham era. You haven't really seen a whole lot of change year over year to be able to say that it's not anymore. But I think to what you said earlier, Erik, Kenny Dillingham is the right guy to change that narrative, to really try and get those kids to come to Arizona State because they love Arizona State.
Yeah, well, Kenny's just like, it's not a stepping stone program because if you leave, he's going to tell you that you should have left anyway. Like, it's not. And I don't really think, I hate the term stepping stone program in the Power 5. Like, unless you're losing like so many stars and it's just a ridiculous thing. And ASU went through a stretch a little bit, but there's so much turnover and it was like, whatever. Like, it's so stupid. Like, mid-major programs are the stepping stone programs. Like, that's how JUCOs are like, I always hated that term. But again, like, it is a narrative that people talk about, so it has to be addressed for sure.
Well, you only talk about it because you've seen so many players from ASU football. I mean, that was one of the storylines in just for us this year in college football. Was you look around, you're like, oh, look what all these guys who are at ASU were doing, and obviously, like, there was a lot of circumstances that played into a lot of those guys leaving, and that doesn't impact the program anymore. That's not what's going on anymore. Completely new era, but kind of like what I said before, where you have to start treating yourself differently. Like, Kenny didn't walk in here and be like, we're going to take anybody and everybody and whatsoever just because we are desperate to get better and desperate to get talent. It's we want guys who want to be here. We believe in ourselves as a program, and the success and the people and the players and the money will all follow. And he's just a really great example of, even if ASU isn't truly a stepping stone program because they're not a JUCO, they're not one of these like smaller schools, like they are a Power 5 school, and there was still a perception about it, right?
Yeah, and I think there still is,
and there definitely still is. And for people who aren't as tuned in to ASU football, like, I would say that perception's definitely still there. But you've seen the approach and how he stuck with it and how it's already started to yield results. Like, he's kind of the perfect representation of how do you change how people look at your program? You change it from the inside first, and then everybody else would go along with it.
It's more so now, right? You'd have players transfer out because they didn't like coaching staff. They didn't like, the scheme fit. They didn't like losing a bunch, right?
Yeah, fair.
And you look at the guys that left this past offseason, Jordan Clark, Jalen Conyers, BJ Green, they're in better situations for themselves. Right. And then you look at the guys that transferred to Arizona State this past season: Cole Martin, Sam Leavitt, LaTerrence Welch, Keyshawn Elliott. Like, the list goes on. And those are guys that transferred to Arizona State, not necessarily for the idea of, oh, I'm going to go to this school, and then after this school, then I'm going to LSU, Alabama, Georgia. They transferred to Arizona State because there is an opportunity. Because there's an opportunity to play for the youngest or one of the youngest coaches at this level, who's going to keep it 100 with you every day of the week and then some. He is absolutely going to try and set you up to put yourself in the best situation possible to succeed at Arizona State and to succeed beyond that. It's no longer the idea of you are getting quote unquote mercenaries for Arizona State football. It's you're going in the portal trying to find Sun Devils. And that's what Kenny Dillingham has really tried to change and alter the narrative to be. It's not, oh, these guys are going to be here for a year and they're not rentals, right? And you see that with the types of players that Kenny's going to get. A Cole Martin who's got a ton of eligibility left. Raleek Brown, the same thing. You saw it with Jordan Tyson 2 years ago. Xavier Alford, Jake Smith, like getting guys that aren't just one and dones at this level, that aren't going to maybe take your 3-win team to a 4-win team. It's the whole idea of the bamboo process.
Yeah. And shout out to Sharon in the chat. She makes a lot of good points. There's a lot of those guys left because the program imploded, though. I don't think we've been a stepping stone program. We've had a lot of guys who have gone on to the NFL and stayed with ASU. Before the Jaden Daniels team all left, I can't think of a huge number of players leaving us to step up. I don't see that with us. And I think it was kind of a victim of circumstance, the program was, and so much went wrong all at once because of the coach, because of the AD, and just the general vibe like around that team.
Yeah.
And she's right. Like ASU has had a plethora of guys go into the NFL after just being Sun Devil and be successful. And I think that trend will continue to happen as Kenny continues to build. But like even though it's not forever, it was something that was happening just a couple years ago.
Yeah. I mean, it's completely different, right? The program's completely different, and you haven't even started the second season. So it's just like we said earlier with basketball, it just takes one, right? You have 1 7-8 win season out of nowhere. And again, we talk about this team as a 5-6 win football team. And it's something that Shane and I have talked about before, more in the past than recently, is you can talk about a 5-6 4-win team, and then every year in college sports, there's a few teams that it's just like, where did this come from?
Yeah.
This is a team that was supposed to get 5 wins and they're at 7, right? Or they're at 8. They come out of nowhere. What's stopping ASU from having that one year?
Or they're beating USC in the Cotton Bowl? No. What bowl? What did Tulane beat USC in? Some weird, yeah.
Let
me see.
But yeah, it's like with the Heisman winner on that team, right? The USC team. So it really is, I don't want to say luck of the draw, but it is like you just need one.
Mm-hmm.
And
it was the Cotton Bowl. Wow.
Was it the Cotton Bowl?
Look at me.
Look at you. That's crazy. It's you just got to give it a little bit of time. And again, I know it feels like football and basketball are on 2 different trajectories. But at a certain point, like you almost just got to get on board. You almost just got to get on board, because Bobby's not going anywhere for the basketball program. Kenny's not going anywhere for the football program. And as much as we are high and mighty on the Kenny bamboo train, okay, which I think first off would be a phenomenal train in and of itself.
A bamboo train
with Kenny as a conductor. But like for a lot of these sports, for ASU swim and dive, for Willie Bloomquist and the baseball team, like you just got to get on board, because as much as you want change and you want to see wins, barking about it on social media is not going to change it. It's not going to get it done, right? Like it's only the people in these buildings, in these offices, in these conversations, in these meetings that are really going to be able to change it. The most that you can do, or I guess the least that you can do, is go out there and just support them.
Yeah. And it's something that I think ASU has struggled with for quite some time, but we have seen that when the programs are humming, like if you look at just the recent like peaks of basketball and football alone, and you can even expand it to a team like ASU hockey, like gets a massive amount of support. You know, it's something that this fan base is capable of doing and doing extremely well. You know, it's just it's getting it to be consistent is the tough part.
I brought it up months ago, right? When Arizona State was playing Michigan in the 90s, and Jim Harbaugh was the head coach. And the ASU fan base had traveled to the Rose Bowl so well that they had to stop play on the field for a little bit, because Harbaugh and the offense couldn't do it. Like they couldn't hear what was going on. Like that's how good this fan base can be. It can be better than that, because that's bigger than what it was at that point in time. So just show up, show out, and you can make a difference. You can make a change the same way that Circle K is trying to change your guys' everyday lives with their new free membership program, Inner Circle. They're going to help you guys save 25 cents per gallon on your first 5 fill-ups. And then every day after that, I took advantage of it today, save 3 cents per gallon every day. Doesn't matter what day of the week it is. Circle K is going to help you guys save some money. They're also going to get you every 6th free in a selection of Circle K's amazing products: pizza, coffee, ice cold fountain drinks, and more. Not to mention, even if it's not pizza, maybe you don't want a fountain drink, maybe you don't want coffee, they got something for everybody at Circle K. A bunch of different treats for our boy Shane, a bunch of different drinks for our boy Jose Perez, aka Erik Ruby over here. They have it all for you guys. Join Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details.
I think this is unfair, Eric. I think it's become unfair.
Yeah.
The Jose Perez thing?
Defending you.
Okay, thank you.
Bad?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a dog.
That means a lot.
You're welcome.
That means a lot to me.
He's not Jose Perez.
What is he?
He's Gaffney.
Fuckers.
That's okay. That's a step up.
Is it? Is it?
I don't.
Okay.
Is it?
Now you're being mean.
Is it?
Now you're being mean.
I don't think I am.
Now you're being mean.
I think you were honestly more mean by calling him Alonzo Gaffney.
One quit.
I might just walk away
One
from
quit,
the show.
no, one quit. The other was very loyal.
But bad.
No, you're being mean. He was a starting Division I basketball player. Do you want to be a starting Division I basketball player?
I do.
Jose
There
Perez
you
was
go.
technically a starting Division
but
I
he
basketball
quit.
player.
Yeah.
He did quit,
He didn't quit.
but he was better.
And you know what? I'm not going to quit the Arizona Lottery because it is elite. And there are 3 ways you can win with the Arizona Lottery with their new adventure tickets that have all those iconic landscapes. And they have tickets. The tickets have prizes up to $50,000. You can also check into their geolocated adventures all across the state of Arizona. Visit www.azadventure.com for details and directions. Check in at the destination coordinates on the website or enter tickets online for a chance to win $1 million in cash and Arizona travel prizes. The Arizona Lottery says the proceeds from ticket sales support environmental conservation, among other initiatives across the state. We got a bunch of great animals here.
We do.
We do.
And
What's your favorite?
my favorite animal in Arizona? That's tough.
Off the dome.
You know what's funny? There's a lot of desert deer near my house.
Desert deer.
Yeah,
Mm.
like those. I'm a big fan of javelina. Like, love a good pack rat. I don't see them a lot, but they're just cool. They just like hoarding stuff.
Yeah.
Can respect that. I'm giving you like 6, but those aren't all my favorite. I'm really scared of owls, but I think they're beautiful.
I actually have an owl on me.
What?
Tattooed on me.
Oh.
Tattooed on me, not like physically on me for everybody listening.
I was like, you just got an owl?
Yeah, I got
What's your
an owl.
favorite
at home.
desert animal?
I really like Gila monsters, to be honest with you. I
Have
think
you ever
they're
seen
cool.
one in the wild?
No.
They are cool.
Yeah, they're mysterious.
Yeah.
At some point, we should maybe snake draft Arizona.
Snake draft snakes.
No.
Oh.
Snake draft Arizona animals.
Snake draft snakes.
This summer, you and I will talk.
Snake draft. Let's snake draft snakes.
What's your favorite desert animal?
Well, hold
Ruby?
on. The Arizona Lottery is not just about desert animals. It's also about playing games and winning prizes and giving back to the state and its communities. Visit azadventure.com for more information on how you can take an adventure for a chance to win $1 million in cash and Arizona travel prizes. Eric, go.
Ooh, you know, I would have to say it's a coyote.
Yeah, coyotes are cool.
Coyotes are pretty fucking cool.
Coyotes are
dude.
really cool. They are a little bit fraudulent, though. Like, they want to act all tough and yell and scream, and
That's
then
okay.
like you get near them and they're like,
They're just little dogs.
I can
yeah,
relate.
they're
I
just
can
little
relate to
dogs.
that.
They also took out one of my cats.
Oh,
Took out?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was a hit?
When I was like 11.
That's
Tragic.
that is actually very
Wow.
tragic.
So now my cats are not allowed outside.
Also, the
Wile E. Coyote up in this.
votes are in the chat. It looks like Alonzo Gaffney is worse than Jose Perez, at least to be called. And Sweet Prince Kenny, aka Donald, says, "No, I am Jose Perez." So if I am who I am, I guess
mean,
I gotta
yeah,
embrace it.
It
right?
is what it is at this point. Let's get into hot or not because it's
Ooh.
Friday. It's Friday. If you didn't know, happy Friday, everybody.
Friday.
Caroline, who's been hot this week out of the 3 of us?
You did this to me last week.
Yeah,
Or
no,
last time I
but
did
last
it?
week I said the
So-
whole company.
So Eric.
Wow.
Hey,
What's
up, dude?
So Eric.
Yeah, what's up, man? How you
What's
doing?
up? What's going
I'm
on?
just chilling.
So Caroline, the thing about doing it is,
Mhm.
it's a weekly segment.
Oh,
So,
okay, cool.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay, good to know. Oh shoot, I should put
So
that in
who's
my
hot
notes.
this week, Caroline?
All right, hot.
Yeah.
I'll give Totri hot.
Let's go.
He said
Dude,
thank you to me in the Slack the other
Congrats.
day.
Let's
Does
go.
that-
That made my day.
Takes?
Does Totri's hot work or no?
There's no way it's still up here. Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it does.
See?
Look at us go. Wow. I need to find that hat. I
Great
really
stuff.
Need to find that hat.
You're hot, dude.
Great
Thanks,
stuff.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
I looked a
Caroline.
little different in that one.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
yeah. just a tad.
It's weird because he hasn't been out at spring practice yet. His tan was
Yeah, your
really
tan went
showing
away.
that.
It's all good. You'll get there. You'll get it back.
I won't get that tan.
Mustache is also gone.
I promise you that tan. That tan is not coming.
Hi, Caroline. What's the first
All
topic?
right, first hot. So I looked up national holidays, and today is the National First Contact Day in honor of Star Trek. So the hot is aliens. Are aliens hot
okay.
or
I thought you were
not?
about to say Star Trek.
Can I
No, not
go
Star
off on a
Trek.
tangent before we start this?
Yeah, go ahead.
National holidays, like, okay, aside from National Burrito Day, and aside from like stuff where I get free stuff, are so stupid. Oh my God. Like, it drives me insane. Oh, it's National Shoelace Day. Shut up. Shut up. Oh my God. It's so dumb. Oh, look, we're going to get donuts for the office because it's National Donut Day.
You don't fuck with that?
No.
Why not?
Because
It gave
free stuff.
you free shit.
stuff.
You just
Okay,
asked.
if I get it for free, for sure. But like, it's just dumb. The idea of it is dumb.
Yeah, but you can understand how to some people it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to celebrate, man.
I mean,
Just need something to look forward
sometimes you
to.
just need, I woke up today. I was like, you know what today
National
is?
Shoelace Day.
You know what? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take that back because anything to make somebody's life better, to just escape a little bit for a dumb reason is fine. But
It's fine.
but most of them are stupid.
Hot but
So
stupid.
like when it's like it's National Porcupine Day. Who's your favorite porcupine?
Who do you know
Shut
that
up, man.
talks like that?
People that love those holidays.
They all
people
talk
who
like
look
that?
forward to
All of them.
Porcupine Day.
Wow.
Aliens are so hot. Aliens are real, and they're
They
going
are
to
real.
deliver us from
What?
From, yep, they're
Where are they delivering us
to
to?
to a new world.
New World?
Yep.
New World Order?
Yep.
Wow.
And take us.
Aliens hot. What do you
I
think?
mean, yeah. Hot.
Donald, those are real holidays. That's not what I'm talking about.
Donald says Veterans Day and Labor
Donald,
Day is
hey,
cool
can we
for
just
me.
get this clear? I respect the troops. Okay? Let's just not get that out of. Okay.
Oh, goodness. Aliens are hot. Aliens' intentions, potentially not hot.
Dude.
Just saying. Wait, you guys
man,
are over here like aliens are hot as
Hey,
fuck.
no.
You don't know what
Listen,
aliens
because
want.
if their intentions are bad, they're going to look back at this show and say only one of you were not fully on board with
You
us.
know what?
being
No, they're
hot.
gonna say,
No.
honestly, shout out Totri for thinking about it.
Dude.
Keeping it real.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need someone- we need
We
to keep
need
him
this guy
around.
on the mothership.
We know nothing about what aliens actually are. So saying
Yeah.
that is.
We don't know what their intentions
You know
are.
what's not hot? I don't know what Caroline's intentions are. That's not hot. I don't-
Assumptions.
Yeah.
Assumptions are not
Do
hot.
you just
Yeah.
compare me to aliens?
Yeah,
from
that's crazy,
Mars?
dude. That's
What's
crazy.
wrong with
DJ
aliens?
Caroline,
Are you
she's an
being-
alien.
Universalist? That's crazy.
Universal.
That's insane.
This is coming from the fish keeper, okay? The fish keeper himself. Look, I'm just gonna say, if aliens were here,
Do that to
you
me.
don't. I'm backing you. Like you don't necessarily know
The idea of aliens are hot.
the idea. Well,
They are.
okay, but what is your idea of aliens?
My favorite alien is the aliens in Arrival that are like what are they called? Septipods?
Oh, the squid. They're
Yeah, the
like
squid things.
And they put them in like a
Why are
glass
those your
case.
favorite?
Because they're unique. Everybody wants to think they're humanoid, and that's just so dumb.
Here we
There's
go.
no way
The
they're
laptop
humanoid.
was closed.
There's no way. There's no way.
no, I
aliens-
think that they're more Ninja Turtle looking.
that's still humanoid.
Not necessarily.
Yes, necessarily.
Really?
They have 2 legs.
Yeah, 2 arms, 2 legs.
That's
head.
humanoid.
Yeah, get fucked, Totri.
Yeah.
Well, hold
I
on.
mean,
Let's not-
I said it was a turtle.
See, now you're back on my bad side.
Okay, my bad.
He was speaking
really-
ill of you for me. That's
Yeah,
not cool.
That's crazy.
Come on.
That's crazy.
Gosh.
Not
Look, I think they're hot. I just don't trust them. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I just don't trust the aliens.
That's fair because I don't trust people.
I mean, that's fair.
So it's like, why would
Is
I
it
trust
the
even if
humanoid
they're not
thing? It's a humanoid
no,
thing,
It's not the humanoid thing.
What's topic number 2, Caroline?
All right.
Wait, Eric, did you say they're hot?
Oh, yeah, they're
okay.
hot.
He
Yeah.
said they're hot.
Oh.
He might be most likely in the office to be an undercover alien. Go,
Oh yeah, not close.
Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely,
You-
absolutely.
you-
I'm not even going to be able
What's
to
under the
he's
hat?
in here,
reflect
he's
that.
in here
Yeah.
alone. You walk in, and you hear him like speaking to
Yeah.
however they
Speaking
communicate.
other
Okay, can I make a
Touching
couple
his ear,
arguments?
Going, "Igra matugra
Can I make a couple arguments?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jesse Friedman.
Jesse Friedman
Jesse
gives you
Friedman.
alien
No,
vibes.
he's most likely to be a serial killer. We've
Yes.
already established that.
Yeah.
Okay, what's worse?
We actually had a
feel like
football
that's worse.
player. What's worse?
I feel like that's worse.
Well-
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
a
probably
serial killing alien would be terrifying.
That would actually be not hot at all.
Yeah, I would say that's probably not hot. What's
Probably
topic
not
number
hot.
2?
Topic number 2 is spelling
Lukewarm.
bees. Spelling bees.
Spelling bees.
Oh,
Participating or watching?
just the idea of it.
Yeah, the
The
concept.
idea of a bug being able to spell.
Ha,
Pretty
ha,
hot.
ha, ha, ha.
Dude, that was good.
So funny. So funny, Totri.
Really good.
No, the anything competitive is so hot.
Anything competitive?
Dude,
Anything competitive.
When whoever wins the spelling bee wins, and they pop the confetti in the
Yeah,
background,
that's
and they just have the
awesome.
most blank look on
Why
their
is
face.
it hot though?
What do you mean? Why is it hot?
This is
I-
coming
I-
from a guy who can't spell right.
I just, it's,
Why?
I just think it's stupid.
Why do you think it's stupid?
It's just spelling things.
But you're
Did you guys do a spelling bee like in elementary school?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
did you participate?
Yeah, I got smoked. I got absolutely.
Do you remember the word that you missed?
No.
you?
I missed vacuum.
Is
I
there
missed
one
the
word
second C.
specifically that you still to this day as a grown ass adult can't spell correctly?
VACUUM, correct?
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Or no, it's
too.
VACCUM.
Yeah, I missed.
Shit, there's no double U's. That's crazy, Shane. That's
Let's see.
insane.
So is there a word that you still to
I
this
just messed
vacuum?
up vacuum.
Hey, wait, no, it is. It's VACUUM.
What?
It is.
Wow, you were double wrong.
That's
Dude, there's a $3,000 vacuum. Okay, I'm sorry. My bad.
What word do you still struggle to spell?
I mean, restaurants.
Definitely.
Restaurants.
Restaurants.
So tough.
Definitely,
Restaurant and definitely kick
definitely
my
just-
ass. Kick my ass.
it's a 7-game series, and I'm
Definitely-
swept every time.
Definitely never. Like it took me years to get my iOS to autocorrect it.
Dude, it
I'm like,
never
what?
does.
How do you spell it?
Restaurant too. It doesn't fucking autocorrect restaurant.
Yeah,
oh my
restaurant's a
god.
You
tough
just
one.
sit there like having to sound it out
Yeah,
like a 4-year-old.
definitely.
And you get like the red line and you're clicking on it like
How do you spell
Tell me.
definitely?
how do I say
How do
definitely?
you spell it?
Oh no, don't do that to me, dude. No, don't do that to me.
Prove you're not an alien. You can't.
No, dude, you can't put me on the
Sweet
spot
Prince
like that.
Kenny in the chat, spelling bees not hot because it reminds me of how illiterate I am.
Get literate, Donald.
Get literate.
Get literate.
So you guys both think spelling bees are hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, competition is
Yeah.
awesome. Like it's like the Little League World Series. That's elite.
Yeah, but it's a sport.
Yeah, you're right. Well, that's
I think
No, don't tell me
spelling
spelling. No, it's not.
it's
a
not a
competition.
sport, but it's competitive.
It's a competition.
Yeah, it's competitive. I feel like a PHNX spelling bee would be fun.
Jesse
like you
wins.
learned a lot.
Jesse wins.
Okay, now beat writers aside.
Jesse and a Jesse Gerald spell off. Who wins that? What are the odds? What are the opening odds?
Jesse wins that.
Opening odds?
Craig, Jesse,
Craig
and
is the moderator.
What are the opening odds on Jesse versus Gerald spelling
Jesse
bee?
minus 120.
So
It's
it's almost a
even money,
toss up. Almost a toss up.
Is
I'm
it?
getting Gerald at plus money.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm hammering that. I'm hammering that line. Are you kidding me?
Well, you're getting him at even money, not plus money. Plus 100.
Can I do an alternate tease it? Can I tease
How
it?
would you do
Like half a word?
No, it's
Gerald able to spell 5
You
more
can
words.
take the over-under on amount of words spelled,
Which is
16 and a half before
Ooh.
somebody messes up.
ooh
So it's
shit. With
8
Craig
words.
as the moderator, I'm taking the under.
8 words per.
I feel this is electric content. This I think needs to happen.
Yeah, I agree. What's the final topic, Caroline?
Final topic: pigs as pets.
So hot.
You're really
There are
getting into
rare-
the weeds here.
There are rare. It is rare that a pet aside from a dog, cat, fish are hot. Pig is one of them. Pigs are so sweet. They get the zoomies. It's awesome. They're
For
so
those on
cool.
audio, it wasn't Shane that we actually just have an office pig.
The little teacup pigs too.
Yeah.
I feel like having a
That
pig
being
is
said, when they grow up,
okay.
they gotta go.
When
So
they're
that's the thing.
hogs.
Because holy smokes, those
Pigs-
things are ugly as hell.
Pigs as a pet, hot when it's somebody else, and you can like either
Yes, I'm
see
not
it
taking care
or
of it.
visit it.
Not taking care of it.
I can't do that. I can't handle
Yeah.
that on my own.
Like
I can't do
like
that.
you come home from a long day at work and you're like,
Cook that bacon.
what's a good pig name?
Yeah,
Harold,
what are you naming
Harold,
the pig?
get out of the
Harold
mud.
the pig. Everybody
Like,
give
that
me a
would
pig
suck.
name.
Harold.
Harold's a good pig name.
You got a pig name?
Not as good as Harold. No.
Devlin.
Mr. Yoinkers.
Devlin.
Mr. Yoinkers?
Yeah.
Wow.
Devlin?
Devlin.
That's a good one too.
That is really good.
Glenn?
Glenn. Yeah. This is a tough one. I'm really split on the piggies here. I'm gonna say not hot.
What was the pig's name that went wee 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 in the
All the way
Geico
home.
commercial? What was his name? Wasn't it like
Wilbur.
Harold or something?
Wilbur.
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 What is it, Wilbur? Or Wilbur's the
Wilbur's the Charlotte's Web pig.
Yeah. Yeah. You got
Shout
that?
out Wilbur.
You got that, Eric?
I'm googling Geico pig
Shout
right
out
now.
Charlotte's Web.
Is it Maxwell?
Yes, Maxwell. Dude, that pig was awesome.
Maxwell was a G for sure.
R.I.P.
He
For
died?
There's no way he's alive.
You don't know that.
There's no way he wasn't real.
That's not a.
He wasn't real.
Obviously not, guys. He was a talking pig. Good Lord.
Geico's got some crazy connections, man. They got talking pigs.
Dude, I wonder if the cavemen are real too.
Look, you might not
No free ads.
be able to trust talking pigs or aliens or Erik Ruby. But you can trust Desert Financial Credit Union, guys. They're the official retail banking partner of Arizona State University for more than 84 years. Desert Financial has been Arizona's largest, most trusted local credit union, dedicated to creating exceptional experiences by giving back to the community and providing financial solutions that make lives better. The Desert Financial team is a bunch of financial experts who are committed to their members and the community, offering financial solutions tailored to helping real people achieve their financial goals and dreams. Shane and I all week long have been talking about the depth at certain positions for the Arizona State football team. And you want to talk about depth? It's Desert Financial, because you guys can look to Desert Financial Credit Union for checking, savings accounts, mortgages, loans, credit cards, investment options, and more. Certainly more than one starter in that lineup. Now is the time to show your ASU team spirit. Open a free checking account online and get $200 plus your choice of 3 Arizona State University Visa debit cards. Go to desertfinancial.com/ASU to get started.
The $200 is a great thing to put away, save for a big purchase. Maybe you're looking to renovate your home. Maybe you're looking to get some new floors.
There you go.
And if you're doing that, you have to do it with our friends over at Empire today, because not only do they find the right product for you at home, easy, quick, convenient, professional, all of that with a price match guarantee, they also just do fantastic work.
True.
Like really good work. The floors, you hear that? That's Empire today right there. They came in, they
Watch
redone
this.
it. Let me see it.
Defense.
There you go.
Best
That
floor.
felt good.
Slap the floor and
Love
yell
that.
It felt
defense on.
good, didn't it? And you can do that with Empire today. And I think the best part is that when you are making an investment like your flooring, the last thing you want to do is put in the money, have somebody come in, rip up your old floors, put the new ones in, and then you put your furniture back and you take a look and you go, oh, I don't like that color. Oh, that doesn't look how I wanted it to look. But with Empire Today, you can have the at-home floor visualizer and you can see what looks good in your current house before you actually put the time, the money, and the effort into it. And you can do all of that with Empire Today. Oh, and the best part, you can get $350 off. That's
Money.
right. That's a
Huge.
big
Money.
chunk of change. You can schedule a free in-home estimate today. All listeners can receive $350 off when they use promo code PHNX. Some restrictions apply, so see EmpireToday.com/PHNX for more details.
I wonder if any of our coaches, if they put in PHNX into the transfer portal, like discount code, if they can get like $350 off any of these transfers.
Jordan C.
Get like
Jordan
20% off
code
Jordan Sears.
PHNX.
You know, that might be cool.
I wouldn't want to transfer that's discounted though.
No, you don't want a discount transfer?
No.
Well,
If you can
you
get
never know. You never
Does
know.
it affect the actual player, or do we just get?
No. You still get.
No, you don't
it's
get like
the full
80% of the
product,
transfer.
Full product. You're just half the price.
Okay.
You know. Ooh.
Saul just asked if you guys can hear it. If All City had a transfer portal, what other city will we go
I'm
to?
going to Chicago.
You're going to Chicago?
Chicago's great. Yeah.
Go ahead,
Not
Eric.
Denver.
I'm definitely not going to Denver.
Not Denver.
not
I can't
Denver.
do that.
No.
They're just,
Can't
they
do
act
that.
like their weather's nice. It's not. It's dry. It's gross. It's cold. It's hot. What is it?
I'm honestly going to CHGO for the merch. For a lot of the merch they have, I think that is really, really cool. And also the food in Chi-Town.
I think we're all going to CHGO.
Are we all going to CHGO?
Yeah, I think we're all going to
Yeah.
CHGO.
Wow.
Philly's
Get stuff,
Philly's
DNVR.
Philly. Like I'm
Get
not.
stuff,
I'm not,
DNVR.
I'm not built for Philly.
You're not built for
I'm
Philly?
I'm not,
No, Philly
a
would
Philly
eat you
guy.
alive.
That's my
Yeah.
hometown.
Yeah?
Oh God.
Yep.
See, that's why I don't
Born and
trust
raised.
Red
Yeah,
Dead
no, that's fair. That's
Can't-
fair.
you can't
That's
trust the
absolutely
Philly.
fair. Can't trust Philly. No,
I got
not
a
at
question for you guys.
all. Okay, I may have an answer for you.
You guys ready for Bronny in the NBA?
You guys ready for Bronny Sun Devil James?
Oh, yeah? Test the waters of the NBA draft, come back to ASU instead?
I forget who I was. I think I was talking with Damon because Damon's a Wildcat lunatic. That
I mean, yeah.
you see the hype in the numbers that like Dion does with DNVR buffs in Colorado.
Yeah.
I feel like the closest thing that any like city could replicate that of the existing markets where All City is at would be Bronny James to the Arizona Wildcats.
Oh, to the Wildcats.
I think that fan base.
Don't put that in the air. dude.
That fan base paired with
No, that fan base-
LeBron
that-
believers.
I bet a bunch of that fan base hates him.
You think?
Uh-huh.
But they'd welcome him.
They would welcome him, but a lot of them are older, and they don't like LeBron.
They're all Team Jordan.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, look.
that's just the.
If
fans
his
that
name
actually
wasn't
go to the
Bronny
games.
James, he's not. He shouldn't be in the NBA draft. this
Well,
year.
I mean, he still shouldn't be, but there are other things at play for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Than just how good he
I mean
is
that's
at
fair.
basketball.
That's fair. That's a fair question. Look, you asked us a question. I got a question for you.
Please.
What are you doing this evening?
This evening?
This evening.
Oh, me? Oh, I'm going to be a Wild Horse Pass, baby. Because we got not only a Suns watch party, but it's also a collab event with Mike Bibby
Plus
and
a
his
meet and
collection.
greet with me.
A meet and greet with Big
With you
Pokey.
specifically?
Yep.
Well,
I'm gonna be
I didn't see
signing.
those tickets online.
Yeah, well, you don't have to buy them. I'm gonna be begging people to let me sign stuff.
Come by at 5, guys.
5 o'clock.
Come hang out with us. Wild Horse Pass, Gila River Resorts and Casinos. We're going to watch the Suns game. Mike Bibby is going to be there. He's going to be on the PHNX Sun show. We're going to be doing a live show from there.
You both are going to be there, right?
Yeah.
I need you both to ask Bibby and settle
Why
the
don't you ask him?
argument. Settle the argument of which one of you he thinks is going to. Which one of you would win a 3-point contest?
Why would you ask? Why can't you ask for us?
Me and Mike go way back. Okay, me
You're
and
just
Mr.
too
Bibby.
biased.
Yeah. Me
Who
and-
do you think would win?
a 3-point contest?
Yeah.
I think I'd beat both of you.
No,
But
that's a
just
cop
me.
out answer. Who
That's
do you think
just
would
me.
win? That's a cop out answer.
I haven't seen you play. I've seen his stroke. Pause, and it is just
It's
you know,
smooth?
it's a smooth stroke,
It's a
man.
smooth stroke.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing over there. From the top of the key, he's wet with it.
Okay, fair enough.
Water.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Fair enough.
It might splash in your face.
It's okay, I like the
you're,
haters
You're
and
in
the
the splash
doubters.
zone, man. You're in the
I
splash
don't want to
zone.
be splashed by his stroke.
It is
I'm
what
sorry.
it is. Well, you're. Yeah, it's yeah. You need to just.
If you don't want to get wet,
Pause.
if you don't want to get wet,
Me?
if you don't want to get wet, get out of the pool.
Yeah,
Okay,
fair
so-
enough.
that's totally valid. Totally valid. Guys, that is going to do it for today's PHNX Sun Devil Show. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button on your way out. Also, do us one other solid. Open another tab real quick.
Oh.
Head over to gophnx.com today.
Dang.
Click that Die Hard tab. See everything that you are going to unlock when you become a PHNX Die Hard.
Shout out to Chris.
Shout out, Chris.
New Die Hard.
Absolutely.
What up,
go.
Chris?
Get in that Die Hard Discord. Whether that be the ASU, the Wildcats, Coyotes, Diamondbacks, Suns, Cardinals, it is the best place to be an Arizona sports fan. Guys, again, if you enjoyed the content, give us a follow at PHNX _Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony _Totri. You can follow Jose Perez here, also known as Alonzo Gaffney, at Erik Ruby. That is Eric with a K.
It's unfair, Eric.
You can follow Big Pokey, the fish keeper, at Shane Deef.
Defending Eric, as always.
As always.
We will see you guys on Monday. But in the meantime, go Devils. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.